We're almost like a society of robots, consuming robots. We just consume. We don't really actually produce.
Yeah.
We just consume, earn money, consume, earn money, consume. And it's about bills and thrills instead of skills.
Yeah.
That rhymes.
That's a good one.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yes.
All right, and now we're coming to the next part of our show, which is we're increasing our financial IQ. All right, look, this has been such a blessing, literally, guys. But we're gonna go straight into it because those of you who are listening right now, you have been making yourselves ready for this, okay? Because I mean, right now, if nobody does anything, right, financially speaking, they'll find themselves on the back foot, right?
Yeah.
You know, in terms of surviving.
Listen, this is actionable. This is not theory. I'm not a college professor teaching you theoretical physics and this is not theories. This is the stuff I'm giving out to you guys for free is for you to go away and act on it. You now have a platform which was not available, say, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, if you wanted to buy something, you had to spend thousands of pounds. If you're working in a part-time job, blue-collar job, whatever, and you've got like £10 to spare, you could put that £10. If that's all you've got after all of your expenses, you can put that £10 to work. You can put £5 to work, right? £20 to work, okay? And just keep building on that.
But you know
so important.
You know what's interesting, right? Because... especially what we said about the invisible line, right? That piece that we listened to, that ceiling. It's like, we hear the violent take it by force, the kingdom of God, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, even with these things that we're hearing, sometimes we need to dip our feet in the water first, right? But what we need to be careful, champions, is that we want to keep working, learning, developing. There are people that have downloaded the app and they've just downloaded the app. They haven't looked at it since. You know what I mean? They haven't engaged in anything since.
And by the way, you're missing. Opportunities are coming and they're going. Opportunities are coming and going. I think Denzel Washington said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So the opportunities have been there. How long have we been doing this now?
This is like our
month
9th, 10th show.
Right, so almost 3 months?
Almost 2 months.
Or 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Or thereabouts?
Yeah.
In that
2 months,
time,
yeah.
there has been opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Opportunity. You could have doubled money in some cases, made 30%, 40%. As I said, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but you would literally have seen your money, your funds raise over a 2-month period. You would have seen that. If you don't take action, I've got an article. Is that right? It's a very, very small article.
No problem.
It's on sugar tax. The UK government is they are thinking of, or I think they've actually done it. They've gone ahead. Bloomberg News, a donut tax might be coming. Okay. Bloomberg opinion, bad news if you're partial to something sweet or salty in the UK. At least the government is having a serious consideration in bringing a new sugar and salt tax to tackle obesity in the nation.
Yes.
The UK is the most obese country in the G20 after the US and Mexico, with 1 in 3 adults in the UK over the 45 categorized as clinically obese.
We are finished.
So not only are we obese as a nation, but to help us out, guys, the government is going to help you by taxing you on top of your income tax, on top of your national insurance, on top of your VAT tax, on top of your capital gains tax, on top of your road tax, on top of your... You see where I'm going with this?
Can I be honest with you? I think it's unfair, but And I think they're just using the excuse because they just want to make more money out of people. But if it can allow me to reduce sugar and salt in my house, I mean, we don't use salt like that in our house, but sugar, I'm telling you, anything that can help to like put my family away, I'm on it. I'm government. I'm gonna support you in this one. I will support you. I am with you.
Robust.
I'm telling you, yes, robust life is with you on that one.
Okay.
I'm just saying, but it just shows how things are going.
But things are changed because there will be people out there that they will eat the sugar regardless. Yeah. They are not part of the robust life family.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yeah.
Their mindset, as you said, the ceiling. They're not anywhere near the ceiling of the mindset to change their habits, change their lifestyle, and they're just gonna I'll take the hit, I'll pay the tax. It's no.
I mean, the moment you get people like they put pictures of like gums and lungs and everything covered in tar on cigarettes, and people are still like,
that's what they need to do. I mean,
it's
there's the article.
Those donuts are good.
Sorry. So
it changed my life.
The government are they're thinking of bringing in a new sugar tax. There's probably a think tank somewhere thinking of, you know what, we can tackle obesity in this way.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah,
it's those things that
good.
sound like we're there to help you, but okay, I'm sorry. These are just my thoughts. These are coming from me, okay? They want, like, they're using something that sounds good and, like, oh wow, they're for us, they're really for our welfare and whatever, but it's because they just want to get more reasons to get more money out of us, and but the great thing is these are the worst of times. Like you will say, this is the first thing you said when you came on the show, right? These are the worst
of times, and they're the best of times. They're the worst of times because of things like this, the taxes, these new taxes that are coming out, rising levels of inflation. The coronavirus has made things more strained. People are a little bit more stressed because of their working life has been disrupted. And basically the cost of living and everything is just basically impacting people more. So in that respect, it's the worst of times. But it is also the best of times because we have these access to these new platforms that have come out, the technology. We've got smartphones which have all come down in price, by the way. You don't have to buy Apple. You can buy the Oppos,
Oppos,
Redmi, the Oppos, and they've all
I like those things.
They're all accessible, right? They're all accessible, and what does that do? That puts power back into your hands. It democratizes your ability to invest, to take part in this big this big market that's out there that only the professionals had before. And large companies are leveraging technology against you. There was an article of a few weeks ago that says there is an American organization that can identify you by your cardiac signature from yards away. Right?
Cardio what?
Right. So it can send that signal. It can read the rhythmic motion of your heart. Everyone has a specific rhythmic motion, almost like a fingerprint. And when the signal bounces back, it tells you, oh, this is Robert Ashite.
Hey.
Oh, this is Maurice. Oh, this is Hugo.
Hey.
So organizations, they're leveraging technology and infrastructure, all these new ideas and platforms. Right, to help them. We are just being passive, just like, okay, that's fine. Someone's just, that's fine. And all of these new technologies coming out. What we need to do is take advantage of the technologies that are out there. Like the app I sent you. Snoop app. The Snoop app that goes out and scans the market for all the best deals. You don't have to go to My Money. Is it My Supermarket?
Money Supermarket.
My Sun Market and
or You Switch and all these different. Because I'm those are my friends. I check everything, even the things that people have never heard of before, just to scrutinize, what's out there. And I'm a deal hunter. I have pleasure in finding and scrutinizing, finding the best deal of all and presenting it to the masses.
Meerkat.com, is it?
Meerkat.com. I've been there. So. Do you guys? what I mean?
But you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
App, which is an AI, will just work 24/7 for you, and it will just go out there, and it will find it will look at your spending habits on your bank account, and it will say, oh, right, this is your spending habits, these are utility bills. By the way, did you know that the Virgin mobile phone bill that you got this month, did you know that someone over here is doing it £5 cheaper or £10 cheaper?
Really sounds really
and it's
good.
doing that automatically 24 hours a day for you.
This is an example of technology working in our favor, making life easier. Life is moving faster. Obviously, depending on what continent you are on, there's different lifestyles, but the thing about it is nowadays everyone's connected and we can take advantage of this technology. So we're at this stage now in the world where we was, I think, in 1999, 2000, right? Where there's a burst of new technology.
Correct.
Right? And if you knew what was happening at that time, you could have taken advantage of a lot of things, including the stock market at that time. Amazon, like I'm not going to go into that now, but it's happening again now. And so now the question that everyone's asking today is, many people are hearing what you're saying. If they're like me, we've been learning a lot through this series that we've been going through, and everybody's at different. We've got listeners at different age groups. We've got those who are from the YPG, the VYG,
correct?
Right? So they're like 20s. Yeah, we even got UTF members who are like 10 to 14,
something like that. Yep.
We've got those who are more mature, like 20, 25, 30s, 40s, 50s. We've got the mamas as well, right? And papas. So we've got a variety of people, and it's like, where do I start? If they've been following this show, they've been getting the newsletters from MyMoneyIQ, Motley Fool, not MyMoneyIQ as well, because that's, you're going to get a lot of information from
Seeking Alpha,
Motley Fool, and
Yahoo Finance.
You've been exposed to that information, understand what's happening, right? And you're probably like, okay, what else can I do now? Right? What else can I do now? So you're going to be covering this right now, all right? Just to literally see what's suitable for what age bracket.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, because we're gonna go till 9 o'clock with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're gonna go for a very quick timeout, just for you to kind of digest the gravity of what's been shared with us today. Some people might say, "Oh, you are just too materialistic. What's wrong with you? You are just materialistic. Why are you materialistic? Why you don't love God anymore?" No, it's just a thing of getting wisdom to use the tools. So we can create things of quality. We can build things.
Financial self-defense.
Self-defense.
Whether you know it or not, you are under attack when it comes to certain things, subliminally. In retail, when you go out and buy stuff, everyone's vying for your attention and vying for your wallet.
It's true.
And they're doing it on a subliminal and psychological level, and you are not aware of it. And people, we mentioned before, people spent money over the lockdown on Amazon on things they did not need. They packed up their living room with just stuff, right? That is a perfect example of you've been manipulated psychologically to just do retail therapy. Yeah. And buy things you actually don't need.
So guys, the battle is real. Okay, so we're just gone half past the hour. All right, so that was a nice introduction there, by the way. That was hopefully everyone's kind of getting the gist of it, and everyone has gone and got their notepads and pens ready. Okay, so we're gonna go into it. All right, and we're gonna go for a very quick timeout just to digest what we had. If you haven't got your notepad and pen, go and get it right now, or get your app. Making use of technology, right? If you have any questions, please post them in the live chat, all right, for us to know, and then we can put it through to Maurice, because you guys have some really good questions. I really like it, especially Anik. Anik has so many questions. She's like energized with questions.
Anik's like a sponge.
She's like a sponge.
Sponges up everything.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. All right, guys. So let's play some music, and we'll be right back. This is a song by, what's it called again? Captain Hugo? Stevie Valentine. Yeah, we'll give you some Stevie Valentine. You're going to love this one. We'll be right back after this. So we're going now into our pursuit of success moment, and the first thing many people are wondering, okay, what would be my best move for my age group right now?
Okay, so yeah, we spoke about this before. So there are different age brackets, and what the steps people need to take at these different age brackets are going to be different. The steps someone takes in their 20s compared to what someone would do in their 40s is going to be completely different. So I've got a little list here. Okay, so the categories we're going to look at is 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
You know, I need a bit of flavor on this term. I need a bit of flavor on this term.
Go, tell me.
Captain Hugo, I need to sprinkle a little bit of my background music on this term, brother. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, we're loving it. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Okay, so we've got 4 stages of investing through life. Okay, so we've got 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. Okay, all of these categories are going to be different because of your earning power at these stages of life, and also the actual lifestyle that you're living in these age groups is going to be vastly different. Okay, so 20s, let's start off with 20s. What you want to be doing, you want to start saving. You're coming into your first job or your first profession after uni, or whether it's before uni, so you want to start saving ASAP. All right. Also, you want to start your pension. You want to get your pension started as soon as possible. You also want to start thinking about educating yourself as quickly as possible. Either get certified or you're starting your new degree, right? Okay. Avoid debt. This age group we've got to be really careful in this age group, because obviously this is the time when everyone wants to show peer pressure is quite a powerful thing, and everyone wants to show that, you know, they're doing well and they're keeping up with their peer group. So the one way they do that is take out credit cards and loans to show people that they're keeping up with them. So avoid debt if you can in that age group. Sorry. So next age group.
So it's interesting you should say that because when I was 20, I had no idea about pension. No idea. I didn't think of it as that. It's like, I'd see it on my payslip. I'm like, okay, cool. And I keep moving on. So if you got a 20-year-old and their mind is not on it, or you are a 20-year-old, speak to them about pension. Yeah. Because if they do it then,
the earlier the better.
You win.
Yeah.
If you were bothered about it later, you don't win as much. But do it then, you win. I started working from when I was 14. I wasn't thinking about pension. So you win, and so I think that's really important. And also, so pension, and what's it called? You got here, build emergency cash.
Yes, missed that one out. Sorry, building emergency cash as well. You know, obviously at that age, also there'll be times when you may do something really stupid with your money, or you know, you still need to put something aside, even though you're quite young. You can go out there and work and, you know, get part-time jobs and everything. You still need to put some emergency cash aside just in case.
Let me ask you, like, if some of these things, right? If my daughter when my daughter turns 15, all right, I can prepare some of these things for her, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like, you know, because this is what I'm thinking. Because we know better, right? We're knowing better to create our future now. Yeah. But we can know better as well for those after, like my niece.
Yes.
I hope you're watching.
Uncle is watching.
Tats. You know, she's starting at a point of life where I wish I knew this at that point of life. Learn these things.
And we live in the information age now. We live in the information age, and we've got the platforms, we've got the AI technologies, we've got the mobile this and that, and we've got there's really very little excuse these days.
Wow. So
very little.
So the things, okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, because there's a lot that I'm learning that I want to bring it down to those 15-year-olds as well. They don't have to wait till they're 20.
No, they don't have to wait. You can start from 15 upwards. The things I've just given you here, you can start from 15 upwards. Obviously, the pension won't kick in until you're 18, sort of thing, the pension thing. But the concepts, certainly, you can start as young as 8, 7,
why not?
5.
Why not?
You know, start young. Get that mindset into your children young.
Yeah, and building emergency cash, because from that age, I know you got a lot of things to cover, but from that age, the habit is, and if you've been guilty of this, say you receive money and it's like, spend it, everything, spend it, just spend it, I don't have to save for a deposit for a house here, I just spend it, right? But we could even squeeze a bit to build an emergency, to have that habit of not spending everything, just changing our mindset, especially from that young age.
Okay. So, as you say, it's good to ingrain that from a young age so that it becomes habitual, right? So you are not just a consumer. You know, we are just like, we're almost like a society of robots, consuming robots. We just consume. We don't really actually produce. We just consume, earn money, consume, earn money, consume. And it's about bills and thrills instead of skills. That rhymes.
That's a good one.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yes.
So the next age
Let's
group,
go.
30s.
Okay, 30s, you want to start increasing your pension contributions. You want to start investing in more than one asset. You're investing in stock, but you're going to want to start investing in different types of assets like bonds, and which we'll come to later on as the shows go on. Bonds and cryptos and, different investment vehicles. Okay. You want to start raising your education level. If you've got a degree, you might want to start looking at an MBA or the next PhD, whatever. Or you want to start getting certified in whatever your profession is. You want to might start acquiring more certification. Avoid being overwhelmed in your job and in your career. That's quite an interesting one. So sometimes the world we live in now, we tend to be, I think we work the longest hours in Europe. The UK works the longest hours. So avoid overworking yourself and delivering too much of your time to your career and not enough to you, developing you, and, educating yourself, developing yourself, looking after your health, your finances and all that sort of stuff. Work can become very, it can become very overwhelming, where too much of your time is just spent on that and not enough self-development is happening.
Gotcha.
Right? Buy more valuable stocks. Look at more valuable stocks that are out there. Add to your portfolio. If you have a portfolio, raise your level in the knowledge of the investing in the markets.
I can imagine if you're from the 20s, you're clued up, you would have had money put away to do this in your 30s. Right? Because you would have been working, right? And you would have had money stashed away that, when you want to start exploring, different stocks and getting more confident, and you're doing that personal development, you only win.
Correct. Correct. And it's all habitual as well. It's like you say, you're basically, I think the word you're touching on there, I think it's habits, really. Protecting your earnings as well, having some kind of insurance for disability or unemployment protection, that sort of stuff is always a good idea as well. Then we're going into our 40s. In 40s, you want to be really hitting the savings hard. You really want to be starting to save now, because that's the time people are really, they either have a young family or they're now married for a few years or whatever. So you want to be saving hard. You want to be really start pushing your investments. You want to start making tough decisions like getting rid of expenses, unused expenses like subscriptions and stuff like that, or gym memberships that you're not really using. Or
what? I've always been on this thing.
Right.
I think it's the Ghanaian in me, because Ghanaians, we love. Guess what? A Ghanaian's favorite gadget is? A calculator.
Oh, right.
Because we like to just, scrutinize everything. Jade says, yes, invest in yourself. This is key. Absolutely. And so I think, you're right. You're right. That whole thing about chopping things that you don't need, those gym memberships or whatever, because that way you can have a streamlined financial thing going on. You know what I mean? There's no excess fat in, I call it excess. Excess fat, what you don't need. You just got a hole going out here. And if you're single, you can manage that very well. And if you are have a partner, you're in a relationship, you have a wife, a husband, when the both of you are in that same mindset together,
correct,
you only win. There's no wastage. I remember in I think it was Malachi, he speaks about putting things in a bag with holes.
That's the one. Yeah, that's
You know?
it. That's it.
That's the thing.
And these little subscriptions, they add up. Like you forget that you've took that subscription there, and then you check your bill. Like, oh, where did that £20 go to?
That's right.
And it adds up. It adds up with the amount of subscriptions you got, and then over a period of time. So that can be a real thing. And another thing as well, just having big expenses. Like, do you really need the convertible BMW?
Esther from Croydon.
The M series convertible BMW. Do you really need it?
The Kenyan
at the moment, right? Because you've now got 2-3 kids. You're married. You've got big house, stuff like. You might want to just consider. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You enjoy life, right? But you might want to consider just pulling back and just getting something just a little bit more affordable for the time being. Right,
because it's no longer about existing and paying bills now. We're going somewhere. We're building something.
You're building.
That's what it is. It's no longer like, I receive my salary.
Yeah.
I like this car. I need to treat myself. No, I'm building something.
Yeah.
I have another alternative. I'll take the alternative because if you're not building something, all of this doesn't matter.
Correct.
Right? If you're just ready and then you die, leave the earth, fine. You've consumed and now you're gone.
If you have the assets, if you've built investments and assets that are so strong and so profitable that it's paying for those toys and the subscriptions and the car, that's cool, no problem.
Wonderful.
But if your salary is paying for that M series, I've got a story, but we haven't got enough time. But if I tell you this story from 2008, true story,
next week,
quite shocking. I'll tell you next week. Anyway,
I'm looking for the story.
It's a true story, right? So so if you don't need it, think about just downgrading a little bit, just so that your life becomes more manageable and you're setting up your future. You're securing your future. That's the main thing. Okay, now we're going into our 50s. In our 50s, we're ramping up our pension contributions, right? Because in the next 15 years, retirement is approaching, or next 25 if the government has got anything to do with it. So we're ramping up our pensions contributions. We're maintaining aggressive asset allocation. So we're acquiring more stocks, we're acquiring more bonds, we're acquiring more crypto, we're acquiring more this, more that. I
mean, after 10 years, things that you would have invested in before would have matured so much that it's literally, you're able to multiply. You can
now, as Rich Dad Poor Dad says, your children have children. So your investments are producing more investments, and those investments are producing more investments.
The book, The Richest Man in Babylon, that's where I got that from.
There you go. Avoid being overworked, avoid being overwhelmed with work and getting stressed out at work, because these years, 30s, 40s, 50s, are the years when you're really going to be working very hard and putting a hammer to the nail and really
you couldn't do that earlier.
You can, but when you're coming into your career, your earning power, certainly I'd probably say more so for men, but more so it's more equal these days. Your earning power between late 30s, 40s and 50s is at its highest, right? That's when you everything sort of like aligns. Your energy level is still there, your earning power is there, and you have a window to earn as much as possible and invest as much as possible. If you miss that window, things can get dicey. If you miss that window, things can get dicey. In your 20s, you're still coming into your own. You're not earning what a 40-year-old will earn.
But I think you can take more risks as well when it comes to
you take more risks. So as you can see here, as I go through these, right, you can see a lot of risk taking is going to be in the early years, in your 20s and 30s. That's going to be the risk taking years. As you get older, you want to start deleveraging. You want to start pulling back on taking these kind of risks, because if you make a mistake, you've got less years to recover. You make a mistake at 20, you've got all your 20s, 30s and 40s to recover. You make a mistake at 50, it's not so good, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I think the last bit of the 50s was just check your portfolio, see how your stock portfolio is doing. Just make sure it's growing the way you want it to grow. Certainly have some kind of protection, insurance, disability kind of insurance, just in case as we get older, things begin to wear out. Start thinking about retirement and your retirement lifestyle, what kind of retirement you want.
That's true.
Okay, because time's ticking. You know, you're 50 now, but time before you know it, you're 55. Then before you know it, you're 59, and then so.
And the thing is, you would have been doing things from like the beginning as soon as you became aware, right, concerning your retirement. Anyway, you probably find yourself in a situation where you've got things set up in place, and now it's like, what I've got in place, I'm going to see how I'm going to make it look like.
Yeah.
Right. But suppose we've got listeners who are listening right now, and they're in one of these age brackets, right? Especially later on, right? And obviously maybe they missed out some of the earlier stuff, but what you're showing us is that you can enter in at any time once you've got the information.
Yeah, I think information, knowledge really is power. Knowledge really, really is power. And just because you're older and you may have missed on the information or the guidance on doing certain things in your 20s and 30s, you can still take action now. It is not over. You can still definitely take action now, but it is going to be that word, action. You are going to need to take action. The first thing you're going to need to do is educate yourself about what's out there, like the app Snoop and the Trading 212 and Free Trade, and then educate yourself on how to take advantage of what's there.
I'm gonna put a link to you, because I know you're gonna go into something else now, right? Something that's you're gonna give us something actionable that we can.
One last thing, in your 50s, start thinking about creating a will. Okay. Really important. Yeah. So start thinking about creating a will as we get older, and it's just something especially if we have children. Yeah. It's something we really do need to sit down and just seriously think about.
Yeah, especially if you're in Africa, you know how things go down there. Hey. All right. By the way, I've just put your MyMoneyIQ, guys. Make sure you take a note of that, so you can get to connect with Maurice in case you need to reach out to him. Yeah. All right. So we've just gone through that now, and I know there's something, a piece of hot stock that you said. No, I need to share this. I need to share this with everybody. Everybody, no, literally, Maurice came and he's like, I need to share this information. Look. Hugo, get this thing on the screen, please. Get my money. Find it. He's like, and then also when we start, he's like. And he's just been waiting. He's been waiting for this. So you've got something really special for us today, right?
Okay, yeah. So I've got an interesting stock. Okay, so Hugo, I think I actually typed it in there. I think I left it up on the page. So Yahoo Finance. So if we go to Yahoo Finance,
it's going to appear on the magic screen.
Not showing. Okay, it should be shown. So Yahoo, there you go. Yahoo Finance. I don't know. Can you expand that so that people can see?
Hang on, he's just.
Oh, is it not? That's okay.
I'll try.
Is it not showing on the screen?
Keep talking.
All right, he's gonna work on it. Yeah, but keep going.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. Anyway, so if we go to Yahoo Finance, right, this stock is called NVIDIA. So
NVIDIA, they make graphics cards.
You see. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, son.
Thank you.
I've raised you well.
Yeah.
I've raised you well.
It's been a great like 2.5 months,
So NVIDIA spelled N.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'll send it over.
Fantastic.
All right, 1 second. I'm going to send it over to Hugo. So the website is
Yahoo Finance.
I've got that. I've got that app. Yahoo Finance. All right, sorry about this, guys. We wanted to show you some stuff like, that was really, really epic, but it's been a bit tricky. All right, and what do you want me to search? NVIDIA, yeah?
Yes, NVIDIA.
So I'm going to come to the channel, the page.
Are you going to share it from your phone?
No, what I'll do is I'll send him a picture.
Okay.
And then we kind of work it out like that. It's the one NVIDIA Corporation?
It is.
All right, fantastic. Yep. All right, so I'm going to just take a snap of this, and I'm going to send it over so they can our listeners can kind of have an idea of what we're talking about, yeah? Shall I put it on max 5 years or 1 year?
You can put it on, 6 months.
6 months, okay.
Yeah, 6 months will do.
See, I know what he's talking about these days. I know what you're talking about. You see that now? Yes, we are learning. We are learning these things. All right, I'm going to send this over to so you can have an idea of what's been spoken about here, guys, because we don't want you out of the loop. We want you in the loop so you can cruise on my money. IQ. All right. So NVIDIA, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Graphic, right?
Yeah. Actually, snap a picture of that and send it to me. Snap it, because your one looks better than mine, because I've got my phone in dark mode.
Sure, no problem. Let me get this going. Wonderful.
Brilliant.
Okay, modern technology, I'll tell you.
Yeah, send it to me on Telegram, soldier.
I will.
See, we need to leverage technology, guys.
This is what it's all about.
Indeed.
Right.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Even when we got gremlins in the system, we can always find a way to counteract
we find
it.
a way. We find a way.
Right? That's
All right.
it.
We find a way.
Yes, you send me that in,
Right.
and I'll send it over. So, are you able to talk while you do that?
So, here we go. Right. So, the app or the stock, sorry, I want to talk about is called NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, NVIDIA. They make, as Robert said, graphics cards, and because I'm sort of like in the finance, the tech support, IT, fintech arena, this is a very reputable firm and a very reputable name in the graphics cards industry.
Yeah, you can cover me. It's okay.
Yeah, sure. So you can cover me. Cool. I don't care. So this company makes graphic cards. It makes graphic cards for gaming machines. It makes graphic cards for laptops and computers and stuff like that. But they have recently also gone into. They've recently gone into like AI. They're messing around with AI.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So why have I chosen this stock? It's a very
And why are you
stock.
so excited? Why are you so excited?
Because it's just done amazingly well. It's done amazingly well, and it has very good credentials. Okay, so if we go back, I'm just gonna because this picture is static, I'm just gonna look at my phone and just go back and have a look and see what this stock was doing. So if we go back to May, of this year, so we got to the 11th of May, it was at £142. So if you bought one share, if you had £142 in your bank account and you bought this share, right, and we fast forward to today,
which is 219.
You now have £219. Now there is no ISA account out there that is going to give you that kind of return.
Wow. So how much was it in May?
So in May it was £142 on the 11th of May, and it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's gone up to £219.
So if I had, okay, guys, this is the way I'm thinking, because my money IQ. All right, so if I had, suppose I had £1,000 I wanted to save in the bank, but I this is just me thinking here. I theoretically I invested it into Nvidia. Yeah. By now that would have multiplied by like 45%.
So let's go better than that. On the 25th of March, this share price was £125. So if you had £125 that you could spare, right, and you invested that in March, on March the 25th, today's what, the 24th of August, that would have that's now turned into £219.
Wow.
So that is not too shabby.
That's not too shabby.
That is not too shabby. That's almost like 40%, right? So that is not too bad of an increase in terms of getting return. If you had £1,250, that would now be £2,190.
What an investment.
Right, so just think of it like that. If you had £1,250 on the 25th of May and you put that into this stock, you would now have £2,190. So that's, this is what we're talking about. We're not talking about get rich quick, right? This is done blindingly well, but this stock is a very good stock. It has great credentials, and I will give you a quick rundown of the sort of things we look at. So why am I looking at this stock? So first of all, the bad news. The bad news is they're carrying high levels of debt. Okay, but most companies like this, tech companies, carry high levels of debt. Okay, the earnings forecast for this company, through my research that I've done, that you guys will have to do, it's forecast to grow over the next 3 years 13.9% over the next 3 years.
That's beating the bank.
All right. Okay. They do pay dividends, but they're a little bit low, so it's not showstopper, but they pay dividends, which is nice. Okay.
That means that they pay you when they're doing well, or
if the company's doing very well. I have to check how regular they pay. Some pay every month, some pay every 3 months, but you get a check through the post for doing nothing, literally just holding this stock, right? Yep. Okay. Also, the share price has stability. it has been stable over the past 3 months.
Wow.
So you could see by the chart
Yeah.
that I brought up earlier on.
Yeah.
You can see it has a stable.
Yeah, I can see it right there going
yeah.
along. So it's a stable growth.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have crazy
Like
dips
crypto,
and-
like crypto's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Crypto is very
like
volatile.
You, I like you. I don't like you anymore. I want to stone you right now. Hi, I'm
Exactly.
your friend. You know that
crypto
my
is
name is Crypto?
famously volatile.
I'm
so this stock is
Bitcoin.
more
I
stable.
want to finish. Okay, sorry. Anyway, yeah. So it's like this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite
Shazad
stable.
says, "What's the best AI for stocks?" And also Dion says, "Great golden nuggets today and advice in frozen pensions in terms of investments, as I have a couple." Yeah, get onto that.
Okay, so okay, just to
go
let,
back. Okay.
just to let you know. So let's not get confused
Yep.
about AI and stuff like that. AI is a piece of software that works in the background for some applications and computer programs, right? So I think what you mean by AI, I think you mean the platform you use to actually invest. So the
Yeah.
platform we'd be looking at would be free trade. So early in the morning, I'm getting confused. So the platform we're looking at is free trade. Okay, so I think that's what you meant by when you said AI.
Yeah, I think
okay,
so.
right. Okay, so
we're gonna have to wrap up.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
Are we
I'm enjoying this.
wrapping up now?
Yeah.
Are we wrapping up?
What you're saying is that there are telltale signs, right?
Yeah.
There are telltale signs that you can look at. You had the graph up there, which was Yahoo Finance. Everybody has access to it.
Yeah.
Everybody. Look, if you want to be coached on how to deal with these things, on how to see these things, on what to look out for, if you want to follow what's happening online, because this guy's always putting information for people to take
I've
advantage
literally
of.
just served it. I've done all the legwork for you. This Nvidia stock, I've done all the legwork for you. I've just served it up to you.
Yeah.
You guys can decide what you want to do with that.
And Miriam asks, is this Nvidia an international investment? Absolutely, right?
It's listed on the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
So it's listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange in New York.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope that answers your question. It's a huge company. It's absolutely enormous company.
Massive.
If you know any geeks, just talk to them about Nvidia and they'll explain it to you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Nvidia. So, guys, we're coming to the end of the show now. I put on the live chat a link to Maurice's bio. Yeah. Literally, I'm connected to his Instagram, YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. I'm connected onto there because, and I'm seeing posts that I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't notice that one. Let me go into my Yahoo Finance and start. Do you get what I mean? Or let me go into my free trade app and do you know what I mean? Because he's got that information and he's ready to connect with you if you would like to speak to him one-to-one and all that kind of stuff. He does have other programs available, but he's open to have a chat with you to assist you. Doesn't matter where you are. Thankfully, because of technology, we are all connected all over the globe. So Miriam, even you can get through to him. So make sure you get this link to his bio right now, which allows you to get to all of his contacts. It does help. Paulette says, what age do you recommend for this?
For what?
Let me see. What for this investment? Any age.
Any age.
It's just this is something that he's doing the research that he's found that is it has good signs.
There's no age limit.
Yeah,
for this stuff.
Because one thing I've learned about stocks and investing is like sometimes you have all these ideas, or is it gambling? Is it like a roll of the dice and all that kind of stuff? But there's I think I like it so much because there's an intelligence to it. Correct. There's a thing of I need to develop and grow myself, my understanding, my awareness of what's happening around me, so that I could take advantage of what's happening that those who don't want us regular people to know.
There's a process to success.
You should put that on your thing. Man.
I will.
Yeah.
That's not mine. I borrowed that from someone.
Okay.
That's not mine. I just want to put that out there. But there is a process. There is a methodology, right?
Yeah.
So
Catherine asked, can you buy partial shares?
Yes, the platform Trading 212 and Free Trade is they are both fractional share platforms. So even though it's gone up to £219, if you've got £10 on you, that £10 will buy 0.00003% of that share. Okay, so you can still take advantage of that. You don't need £219 to buy one share, even though it's gone up. If you've only got £10 in your bank account and you can spare that, you can put that into this stock and have it work for you. And by Christmas, that would have done something. It could be £10, £50, whatever, right? But yes, you can put that to work right now.
So imagine that. So imagine this life that you've got that working, you've got your MyMoneyIQ working, you're doing it, you're learning, developing it, then you've got your normal job that you're doing, then you've got the other leg, which is your side hustle, maybe doing cakes like Nosifo in South Africa. She like sells cakes and stuff like that.
That's 3 legs.
3 legs, and then you've got something else that you might be doing, you know, a pension.
Crypto,
so,
whatever,
crypto, you know what I mean? So you win. So look, guys, I've literally put the link there to
it's
Maurice's bio.
So it's a bio page. It's listing all of my platforms. It's listing
that makes it so much easier.
It does.
Yeah.
Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. You can reach out to me on Twitter. So they're all there. So you just go to that bio link, click on the link, and you can just find them all there very, very quickly. The blog site is coming, but you can just go there and just find it very, very quickly. Okay.
All right, that's fantastic. So that's there, guys. I hope you've all taken that now. We're coming to the end of the show, guys, and all good things must come to an end. But we're gonna be back tomorrow, because we're gonna have the dynamic duo Health, Wellness, and Success, Ronald and Patrina joining us, where we're gonna continue the book review on Bulletproof Dating. Oh my gosh, by Renato and Cristiane Cardoso. It has been a blessing. If you're single, if you're married and you're in a relationship, you don't want to miss this. We're learning how to market ourselves, and maybe you need to market yourself to your partner. Maybe your partner needs to market yourself to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you have somebody already, and you're just in the desert, and we're praying for you because you're single for a long time, and it's like you haven't thought about marketing yourself and how. So we're going to be covering that. All right. Fatima Lomba says, "Good morning, Breakfast Show family. Is there any chance for fraudster people to be in contact with your investment details while doing NVIDIA, for example?"
I didn't understand the question.
So basically, while you're contacting NVIDIA, can fraudsters take advantage of you?
No. So you don't contact NVIDIA. So the platform, the free trade and trading 212 are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Okay, so it is regulated. So there is no. One of the things I always tell people when you're going into an investment plan, or you're taking advantage of investing in something, make sure that the site or the organization are always regulated. So the Financial Conduct Authority is regulating these platforms. So if there's any problems, you can go to the Financial Conduct Authority and you can complain and you can get your case heard. So everything I give you, every piece of information and platform I give you guys, I always make sure it is regulated either by the Financial Conduct Authority or by Ofcom or somewhere along that line.
Because don't forget your disclaimer.
And by the way, I was going to come into that. And by the way, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a professional trader, so to speak. I am not regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. What I do have is a media information platform, an education platform that just guides people and tells people what's out there and how to take advice and opportunities of the best things that are on the market. And that's basically it, really. So happy trading, happy investing, and go forward and take action.
All right. And so like I said, if you need any more help from him, we've put his link in the channel right there. And also, if you want to catch up on previous shows that we've had, that has links to Maurice as well. The shows that you'll find out on our Robust Life channel, we have various guests that come on showing different things, which are really amazing. And you'll find that there are links to our guests, which you can connect with and get more information from them.
Wonderful.
Guys, this is great. Bulletproof Dating tomorrow. We're going to have the extensive wellness section with Ronald tomorrow for you to learn how things that you have in your kitchen cupboard, your local grocery store that can do wonders for your health. I'm done. It's just been so good. It's been such a beautiful breakfast this morning. I'm done. You've been great.
You've been better.
You've been awesome.
Hey, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come a long way.
Thank you so much. All right, and also Captain Hugo, you've been an awesome man of sound. You are awesome, Captain Hugo. And he's going to literally be riding down on that motorcycle back to the studios again tomorrow as the breakfast show starts at 7 a.m., guys. 7 a.m. till 9. That's our new slot since the 21 days. And I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you for joining us. You are on the globe, start your morning right. Monday to Friday from 6:30 a.m.
to 8 a.m. UK time. Join Robert Ashite and Hercules, your man of sound. Connect online Monday to Friday with special guests for inspiration, motivation to start your morning right. Music, banter, fun and laughter. Connect when you start your mornings with The Breakfast Show. Only on libertyradio.co.uk. That's right, The Breakfast Show is back. libertyradio.co.uk from 6:30 a.m.